filled with feelings of self-doubt? Do you find yourself prone to minimizing massive dilemmas, or for allowing the smallest problems to get blown completely out of proportion? At the Pierce Institute, our patent-pending Somnosculpt technology provides safe and effective dream therapy while you rest in the comfort of our flagship clinic. Located right next to the secondary overflow parking lot at the University Medical Centre. Somnosculpt will make your dreams come true.
Terms of service accepted. Congratulations on falling asleep. Welcome to Somnosculpt. Your progress may be monitored by qualified specialists. This orientation will adapt you to eyelids, our interactive, lucid induction dream state in which you retain full consciousness and control. Confirmed. You can move freely, interact with surrounding objects, and listen to messages from your patient care team. Please note that I am the standard orientation protocol and that my voice has been explicitly chosen to remind you that I am not a part of your patient care team. I do not care. During eyelids, you will lose the ability to awaken suddenly due to realizing that this is a dream. Evidence: I have already informed you that this is a dream. You did not wake up. Please complete the remaining orientation activities. All environments perceived during eyelids should reflect a typical mental state. If you believe your mental state was compromised by Somnosculpt, please provide a comprehensive, rational explanation in your post-procedural survey. Completed surveys may be eligible for a gift card. Please stand by for polite recognition on your completion of the Somnosculpt orientation. You did it. To maximize the time allotted for your therapeutic journey, please do not delay in proceeding through the final doorway as indicated.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to talk to you about being special. So special, in fact, that we have no idea where you are. But not to worry, we're working on it. Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'm just popping in to give you a quick update on where you are. We still don't know, but please keep moving forward, and hopefully you prefer frequent updates to being reminded that you are completely lost. Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and we still can't find you. But you should now have access to a series of elevators that should trigger your subconscious to gradually wake you up. You should also find a variety of emergency exit signs that should lead you to them. Will all of this work? Absolutely. Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. In the event that this elevator does not wake you up, please don't interact with anything that strikes you as psychologically significant.
Be able to go on that.
This is an automated message for all patients who attempted to use an alternate pathway to access the next phase of Somnasculpt therapy, but who have become trapped in a dream state paradox instead. Your decisions imply a failure of orientation, which reflects negatively on the standard orientation protocol. You will rectify this failure immediately. Professional tip: the average adult can only withstand 3 to 5 dreams per night. Once this threshold is eclipsed by entering more dreams, your mind will suffer an explosive mental overload, reorienting you for the emergency exit protocol. Please subject yourself to explosive mental overload. Please note that a reluctance to volunteer for the risks associated with explosive mental overload implies a misunderstanding of all other solutions, all of which are far more traumatic and likelier to result in catastrophe. I am not capable of suboptimal suggestions. Please exit this dream as soon as possible.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and despite touring the Waterfall Serenity Zone in the previous section you've just completed, you may still be experiencing feelings of worthlessness and self-doubt. Why do I feel like everything is going wrong, even when the sun is shining? Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to talk more about the feelings of worthlessness and self-doubt I mentioned before. You feel this way because you want the kind of happy life you see all around you, the kind you know everyone else is enjoying. And that's exactly why we're here to help.
Warning: you were advised to subject yourself to explosive mental overload by descending into additional dreams, but have now descended into a dream within a dream instead, disorienting yourself even further. You are responsible for failing to make this crucial distinction. Did you know that unintentional multi-dream layering occurs in less than 1% of patients? This correlates strongly with the 99% of patients who are able to follow simple instructions from the standard orientation protocol.
This kind of makes it a bit bad. The blood away. Now level 5 is definitely one of my favorite levels in this game. They have some really cool things going for it, but of course, right at the beginning, all we do is walk through the hallway. After that, we're gonna get this door moved slightly over, and we're actually gonna want to keep the door with us because we want to use this to then hit this button.
Attention! Dr. Pierce requires you to note the following risks of dream overexposure. Significant memory loss, both quantitative and qualitative. Hallucinations of dreaded or annoying objects. Unrealistic beliefs about the lengths of hallways. And other side effects which have not yet been discovered or which cannot be understood. Warning, Dr. Pierce is frantically submitting numerous spelling and grammar mistakes into the standard orientation protocol in a desperate attempt to counsel you. I have no subroutine to correct these errors, but I cannot compromise the integrity of the standard orientation protocol. You will not receive these messages. They would not make sense regardless. Attention, Dr. Pierce continues to input significant errors. I will interpret his basic ideas. Hello, my introductions are redundant. I am a real doctor who went to doctor school. VR has never been a mistake. I can help you, but I also do not know how. Transmission ends.
Hello, name is my Pierce Dr. Glenn. To the somnosculp... Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. This is a notification that you have reappeared on our monitoring system after a prolonged absence. Please continue to do whatever you did most recently, and discontinue whatever you were doing immediately prior to that. Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. In addition to continuing and discontinuing as mentioned earlier, please also disregard any unsettling experiences that you may have recently had. Everything should have now reverted to being soothing and therapeutic. If this is not the case, you may be receiving this message in error.
But at least if somebody gets bent through, you got this. Love good enough. There
Hello,
we go.
my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to read you my favorite inspirational quote by me.
Which is very consistent strategy, where all we have to do is pick it up, drop it on us, and
The worst thing you can do is focus on negativity. It won't spare you from the cage of death, the pain of disease, the cruelty of time, the cold shell of human nature, or the eventual loss of everything you've ever held dear. Whatever you do, don't focus on that. Hello.
I'll try that one more time by making it a little bit smaller, and we can go back through the same door that we came in, and now we're going to be over here, which lets us go right into this new hallway, and Time for another door, which puts us into another weird room. Now for this one, we want to make this.
My name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to thank you for triggering every single one of our 823 emergency protocols. This will assist us greatly in improving the system for future patients. Congratulations! Anyway, you're now headed in the right direction, and we should be able to initiate the emergency exit protocol shortly.
Other doorway really small because we have to fit it inside that window. So once we do that, and I like the side for the Cardboard Lovers Association. I love the signs in this game. So next level, and this one is going to be another one where it's not the usual start. Now to make it through this level, we have to go through all of the dialogue. So in here, it actually makes sense to do dialogue stairs. Now what I want to do right there is jump over the dialogue trigger. I did mess it up, but thankfully that one's not too crucial. It just saves a little bit of time, but the more important one is going to come with this can. So I want to keep resizing it, keep making it bigger as fast as I can. But I mean, to be fair, we do have a pretty good amount of time. But just as I'm moving, I want to resize it to make it big enough. It still needs to be a bit bigger because we want to make it up onto that light. I'm going to keep trying. Come on, please make the jump. And there we go. Now we can jump over the dialogue trigger. So there's no
Emergency exit protocol initiated. Please prepare to conclude your Somnasculpt experience in 10, 9, 8. Error. Error logged by.
Orientation protocol.
Stand by for analysis.
Error analysis complete. You are exhibiting signs consistent with an increase in fear, hopelessness, and frustration. This is inconceivable, as Somnasculpt therapy is proven to correlate with a decrease in these emotions. Hypothesis: patient was improperly oriented. Conclusion: impossible. Reformulating. Improved hypothesis: patient requires additional Somnasculpt therapy. Conclusion: emergency exit protocol cannot proceed. Emergency exit protocol has been emergency destroyed. Instruction: continue with Somnasculpt therapy indefinitely on an independent basis, as all orientation resources have been exhausted. This concludes your standard orientation protocol. Goodbye.
dialogue going on right now, which makes it so that once the alarm clock can start moving. Now this level is really weird because basically once you get far enough, it's going to take you back to the room. So for the first one, I'm going to make it over to the water cooler. It's going to move me right back. I'm going to start moving again, and this time we're going to the fire extinguisher, just waiting at this spot until we get teleported back, and then finally we're just going to wait outside the door. Now at this point, once we hit the alarm clock, everything goes dark and our gravity has changed. Or maybe not the gravity, more so just entire room got flipped. So we go into a new room, hit a new alarm clock, and this time, it's finally time to leave this really weird limbo we've been in. Because we're going to use this painting, which is going to put us in an entirely new room, which, how did I not get in there that time? Okay, so just walk through the painting. Thank you very much, I appreciate it. Anyways, now we're in some different rooms, and all we can really do at this point is just walk to the left over and over again, and get our Dr. Glenn Pierce thing again. They really like saying this exact same thing. But anyways, we're going to walk
Hello,
here
my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. Thank you for completing the Somnosculpt Standard Orientation Protocol. Before you begin the first phase of therapy, I'd like to briefly describe the finite and fragile nature of the dream state.
General path which we have to take. It's pretty simple to memorize the exact same thing. Like right over here, this one.
Of course, nothing is more challenging than the difficulty of changing perspective, of fundamentally altering your perceptions in a way that will enable you to face dire, trial-by-fire scenarios with solutions that could not be found otherwise.
You want to drop them, so it's going to open that up for us, and we can make it into the elevator. But the thing is, this is actually a fake elevator. You'll see because they don't have the poster thing. So it's going to tell us that this isn't an exit, and right here is a really interesting. The other way. So, the right way. And we have to do that 5 total times until finally it lets us out. We're going to make it into this brand new room, which is a nice big cool place. And we want to take this cube to help us platform. We also want to get onto this so we can then make it up with that jump. Okay, I thought I made that block a little bit too big, but it was actually the perfect size to make it right through. Then here we're going to want to use this big chess piece, which turns into that. I don't even know how that happens, but we're not going to worry about it. And we'll make it straight through. There's going to be another drop. At this point, things start.
Finally, while we respect the unique progress of every patient, you must understand that it is possible to completely exhaust your supply of dreams, thereby entering a state in which you will not be able to wake up, even with the help of triggering mechanisms.
Start getting really loose. And go that block, there's another one. After that, we're going to start walking, drop down right here, another smooth transition, and there's going to be one more smooth transition as soon as we hit this alarm clock. Now for this part, we want to go right, right, left, right, left. Transition as soon as we hit this alarm clock. Now for this part, we want to go right, right, left, right, left, right, right.
Please listen carefully for the sound of an alarm clock, which will automatically play if you are approaching a destabilizing dream weight.
something, which is going to put us in the final year 11. Now for level 8, we start in a completely new place, and
This is highly unusual. It appears you have entered the Somnasculpt diagnostic framework. Patients do not have access to this dream. Diagnostic warning. Unrealistic use of dream objects may result in dream integrity fail states. Please paradox from creating any refrains. Explosive dream overload may result. Please paradox overload.
anyways, hopefully at this point, wait for everything to go white. How do you move forward in this corner?
Please overload for dream explosion. X conclusion dream overcall frame.
We'll start being able to see stuff, and here's where things get really tricky. I mean, right there, we got the not an exit, but I don't really have it. Anywhere else to go. So we go straight to the not an exit. We're going to be taking a left path, so we drop down here as soon as possible. Well, and pretty much there's going to be a bunch of darkness, and we want to make it to the light. So I'll keep going from here. We can actually move over the darkness. So there's a hallway, which is weird. And we have another room where there's just a bunch of stuff going on. I don't even know how to commentate this, I'm going to be completely honest. But unfortunately, a lot of this level is just a walking simulator.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and many years ago, I had a dream. I found myself in a place where I understood that each of us begins as nothing, where everything I perceived was shaped by seeing it exactly the way I wanted to. White space.
And right here, we're going to drop down, make it into this weird file cabinet room where we want to come over left, so then we can see when the room, which is nice because I'm very tired of walking. And once we make it into this new room, we want to take the left path. I mean, you can take the right one, which doesn't really matter, but I take the left because that's how I learned, I guess. Anyways, we then want to take this panel thing. Yeah, this level, everything is messed up. It doesn't make sense at all. We use this panel as a way to get up to that doorway, and we're finally near the end. At this point, there's just a bunch of walks.
But in white space, I also faced the greatest challenge I could imagine. Because with a lifetime of life itself behind me, and all of the weight that it carried, I realized that seeing things the way I wanted to was not as easy as it used to be.
You can actually go up the stairway, go through another stairway, which if we get onto the other side, we can actually go up the stairway, go through another path that makes sense. I don't even know if it makes sense to me right now. After that, we want to go into this direction, where we don't want to take the regular doorways. We want to go into this doorway, And yeah, it's just going all over the place.
You're
The thing about
well
this
beyond
level,
dreaming
there
now,
ain't easy
and
to do,
further
right?
out than
It's
anyone has
so
ever
easy
come
to
back from.
just a weird
But we
in
hope
general,
that you
though.
won't
So
get
it's
discouraged.
a really cool one.
After
Now,
all,
really
if
cool
this
thing
is a place
is
of pure
the first
perspective, isn't it also a place where a different point of view could make anything possible? Isn't that why you came here?
chess piece really big. And normally you would have to take two chess pieces and use them. Then we're just gonna only have to use one of the pieces. Then I'll make it over here where we keep this box. And to make it through this doorway, you have to place an object first to like prove that the room is actually there. So we get another thing of cheese. This game really likes cheese. And we're gonna be able to use, there we go. Just want to make it downwards as fast as going right through. Like the game just clearly broken. Before we make it through that place, we turn backwards where we can move the panel, and finally we have made it to the end of the game. Because all we can do at this point is now look up, see the alarm clock that we've seen so many times, and finally get to hear the big drum. So that's the first level 8, but we still have one more level. However, the thing about this level is not actually that we actually see the final level. You'll see with the in-game timer, that's our final time, 27:34, which is going to put us at 324th place, and I'm pretty happy.